Sometimes, to truly know a place, you don't need to see it, you just need to feel it. Close your eyes and let it arrive like a scent, like a memory that isn't yours, but somehow belongs to you. Iran is one of those places. It feels like an ancient wound and a poem at the same time. A silence that burns, a fragrance that lingers, and history is still pulsing. Welcome to Iran, a land where roses bloom in the desert, where silence smells of cardamom, and where every word could be a verse waiting to be heard. Today, we walk through Persia's hidden gardens, inhale the fragrance of centuries, and listen to a place that breathes poetry and exhales beauty. There was once a different Iran, one where freedom and creativity were part of the landscape. Before the fear, before the control, there was art, science, music, and laughter. Iran was a refuge for contemplation, knowledge, and beauty. Before it was reduced to headlines, it was a place where life was woven between gardens, verses, and hospitality. Families used to read aloud the poems of Hafez at sunset. One of Iran's most beloved poets, a master of love, introspection, and a subtle resistance to power, or sip tea by fountains and lemon trees. Architecture spoke through tiles, music drifted through courtyards, and knowledge was much art as it was a pursuit. This spirit flourished in cities like Esfahan, Shiraz, and Yazd, where the soul expressed itself in mosaics, poetry, and serene gardens. Once the heart of the Persian Empire, Iran was a center of vibrant thought, art, and philosophy. But in 1979, everything changed. A new regime imposed strict control, transforming everyday life. Freedoms were restricted, mandatory veiling, cultural censorship, constant surveillance. The streets no longer filled with music, but with cautious whispers. And yet, the soul of the country resists. In the midst of silence, voices rose, especially those women with courage, art, and presence. They reclaimed lost spaces. Women who write, film, protest with uncovered hair, or inscribe verses on walls, from classrooms to social media, from underground films to forbidden songs, their fight became a symbol. Today, Iranian women don't just resist, they denounce, transform, and lead a daily struggle with intelligence, strength, and conviction. They say that in the heart of the desert, an old craftsman shaped small mirrors from polished shards of glass. One of those mirrors, without a frame, fell and shattered. A child found it and kept it. Every day after school, he will take it from his pocket and reflect sunlight into dark corners, behind the doors, under the trees, inside the caves. Someone asked him, "Why do you do that?" And he replied, "Because a broken mirror cannot see itself, but it can still carry light where it's needed." In Iran, many broken hearts still do the same. They reflect beauty, even when the world tries to dim them. You wake to the murmur of water in a courtyard. The smell of freshly baked bread rises from clay ovens. In the afternoon, tea is served slowly, sometimes with sugar cubes and a sprig of mint. Fragrance is not decoration, it is identity. Rose water in desserts, cardamom in coffee, jasmine in gardens, and sometimes a drop of perfume behind the ear before welcoming a guest. In bazaars, you don't just shop, you breathe, stroll, and converse. The scent of saffron, the deep red of pomegranates, the soft negotiation voices. Here, commerce is a dialogue and also a source of wonder. Did you know wine has roots in Persia? The city of Shiraz gave its name to one of the world's most famous grape varieties. Long before religious restrictions, in those days, wine and poetry walked hand in hand. Or that Persian gardens inspired the designs of the Taj Mahal and Andalusian courtyards in Spain, or that the tiles we associate with Portugal or Morocco flourished in Persia, not just as a decoration, but as a storytelling. Iran has given beauty to the world in many ways, even when we didn't know it. And in every corner, there is poetry. Paint on tiles, embroidered in carpets, whispered between neighbors, as if everyday beauty were the mother tongue of the soul. Iran has left footprints that still illuminate the world. In its poetry, its science, its art, it was home to thinkers, astronomers, poets, architects, and doctors who dream of a wiser, more sensitive humanity. That greatness lives on, not just in books, but in those who fight to be heard today. Those the women who defend their freedom today are also history. They walk with courage despite fear. They don't just survive, they create, transform, resist. Today, while some of us enjoy everyday freedoms, others still fight for basic rights to choose whom to marry, to travel alone, to go to the beach without permission, to sing in public, to study freely, and to write what they feel without punishment. Let empathy, solidarity, and love always flow between us, gentle and strong, like a river that knows no borders. Thank you for joining me in this journey. In the next episode, we will explore the seven wonders of the modern world, not just as monuments, but as a reflection of cultures, beliefs, and innovation that shaped human history. We will discover surprising facts, forgotten rituals, and deeper meanings behind what we thought we already knew. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who wants to discover the world in a more human and peaceful way. You can listen to us on Spotify or YouTube by searching Beyond Culture Tapes. Subscribe to keep traveling through stories and cultures with us. Thank you for being here. See you next time.